they aren't ready. So what's up, guys? We're back here with the car. Decided to do a little update video because the last video was really just like clips from me putting this thing back together and get everything like somewhat sorted. But even in the thumbnail, maybe some of you guys noticed it's now a fat single, and I got this exhaust like a little bit ago off somebody. It's a system upgrade, at least its rear section up until the resonator is a really old rear KDM exhaust they used to sell. I thought it was a 3-inch one they sold, but they actually sold a 2.5-inch, which I didn't realize. So it has a vibrant 3-inch resonator off the downpipe, but this is 2.5, so it tapers down to this exhaust, but it sounds fairly good. The center of the exhaust is 3-inch. There was a silencer in there I cut out, but now it's good. It's 3-inch in the center, then tapers up to 4-inch, I think, on the tip. So that exhaust sounds good for what it is, but I do plan on changing it, changing a little bit, putting a Tomei on the back, making it full 3-inch. But other than that, the car has had some work on suspension, and where the subframe stud mounts, you see where it's painted, I got that fixed because where the stud on the subframe mounts, it was dropping on that side, on the driver's side. On the passenger side, it was loose. But my buddy at TWM Performance got me straight. So now the car's a lot more solid. It tracks completely straight now. Still gotta do alignment, but the stud is underneath that plate. I had cut the hole a while ago, located the studs, but I can't weld that great, so I got my buddy Wade to do it. Still gotta clean up some of this brat nest of wiring. I only pulled it back because he was working on the car. Gotta tuck it back and fold the carpet, but otherwise the car's been running good. It's actually on more boost now, as one of my shorts said. So we can go back over the whole entire setup. So, man, that looks so beautiful. But for those who don't know, this is a custom turbo setup I put together. Has a eBay GTX 3582R, ball bearing turbo, billet compressor wheel. Then it's connected to some universal intercooler piping to a CEX Racing same side intercooler, which fits pretty nicely. It goes here and it hooks to a like 180-degree bend, or half of it, up into this engine cold air intake, which I put this blow-off valve insert here where the mass airflow sensor used to go before this car was standalone. But since it's standalone, it's matte based, so it no longer needs that. The hot side is some DC headers with a custom Y pipe. You can kind of see part of it underneath there, feeding up into the GTX turbo, which makes for like pretty good flow. So this thing I feel like it makes around 320, 330-ish now on 8 pounds. Or not 8 pounds, 7. The AM gauge reads a little high, so it says 8, but Megasquirt reads around 7. So, but the car's been running good. I'm gonna include some clips of it here, and I do have to redo the tune a little bit. It's a little bit rich in some sections, but otherwise it's been ripping. Like, I also read the plugs. I found out a little bit ago. It still had a tiny bit of like too much timing in it because I noticed some knock on the plugs. So I pulled timing, added a tiny bit of fuel, and I read the plug again. And so far, no knock on any cylinders, no blow by, no nothing. This motor's taking the abuse, which is awesome. Like I've heard of many people making big power on these motors, stock up to 400, and that's what I want to do. And now that I know the timing and everything's good, it really helps because these motors, since they're really short stroke, not the biggest bore, head flow's okay, but since it's really a really short stroke motors do not like a lot of ignition timing because the piston hangs at TDC longer, so it's more prone to build up a lot of heat. And then that coupled with this having really tight ring gap, a lot of cylinder pressure doesn't really go past the rings, it just stays in the cylinder. And if you have a lot of ignition timing, it causes that to spike. Like naturally aspirated is fine because it doesn't have that massive thing trying to force air in it. So you need that ignition timing to make the cylinder pressure for this to make like 172 from factory. But with a turbo, it can create a lot more cylinder pressure. Even at low RPM, like this thing spools at around, starts spooling around like 3,200. Max boost usually is by 4,000, which is insane. I thought it would like start to build boost around like probably around 3,500 to 4,000, not make full boost by then. So this setup has been pretty impressive. So more videos to come. I'm gonna up the boost a little bit more. I do plan on getting rid of that manual boost controller and going with an electronic one. So that way, once I put this on E, which I'll do over the winter, which it's winter time right now, but I start collecting parts. Once it's on E, the Mega Squirt is going to be able to up the boost once it senses ethanol, which is going to go from, I plan on running up to 8 on 93, 8 to 9 pounds, and then on E85 I'll go up to around 12 pounds and see what it makes. Should make well over 400 like that. Mainly with E85 you can run a little bit more timing on these and not worry about any detonation or anything, so you make pretty good power. And not many people know that you can even make like power on these cars, but it can be done. You just have to know what you're doing, have a good setup, have a good flowing setup. But otherwise, man, this car's been good. I'm just going to keep going. I'm gonna share more content soon. I'll include all the clips I have of this car, the longer clips, ride-alongs, or not really ride-alongs, but in-car clips, and we'll keep going. We're gonna make more boosts. We plan on making like over 400 plus on this setup, so it's gonna surprise a lot of people. A lot of people be talking like crap, but they're not ready for this for real. We'll catch you in the next one though. Okay, I couldn't leave you guys without a startup. So as you can see, it reads already like a 1.4 pounds. Usually sometimes it's 1. I might need a new the map sensor for the boost gauge, but anyways. That's a nice solid idle. Look at that spin. Bet you never seen a Tiburon like this. Oh my God. That thing rips.